We're covering some questions that we have received over the last couple of weeks, and I'm just going to read the question. I'm having a terrible time getting answers from the insurance company that represents the person that hit my daughter. They have so many excuses, but meanwhile, my daughter's car is totaled and she is still having medical issues from the accident. This stinks. This is the name of the game for the insurance company: delay, deny, maybe tell you something, maybe not even answer your calls. And so the fact that you got them on the phone, they don't know what to say, they make excuses. This, unfortunately, is not uncommon. This is clearly from a car wreck. Somebody wrecked into your daughter. And so the answer or suggestions, I guess, to this question is you probably should reach out to a Georgia personal injury attorney or car wreck attorney as a result of the property damage. You got two claims, so let's just kind of, I guess, stretch this out a little bit. When you get into a car wreck and there are injuries, you actually have two claims. They're set together, but you have a property damage claim that would be for the value of the vehicle, and then you have a bodily injury claim. The property damage claim should be resolved fairly quickly. Now, here's the question. The at-fault insurance company, do they have coverage on the claim? They may not, and if they don't, then you're going to want to reach out to your insurance company and see if you have what's called uninsured motorist coverage. Uninsured motorist coverage will provide bodily injury and property damage coverage, and so you can get your car either repaired if it's repairable or a total loss. The insurance company will make that determination. Typically what they want to do is they want to send somebody out to look at the car. And so when they look at the car, they're going to determine what is the fair market value of that car, what is the cost to repair it. If the cost to repair it is more than, every insurance company is different, but it's usually between 70 or 80% of the fair market value of that car. If it's more than that, well, they're going to declare it a total loss and pay you the fair market value, not what you owe, the fair market value. If you got the car paid off, that's not an issue. If you are still making payments, well, now the question is, what is the fair market value? And they will pay the lien holder that fair market value. After they've done that, if there's money left over, you get it. If there's money that's not left over, then you're going to owe that to the lien holder, unfortunately, even if the car is not drivable. And so that's something you need to know. But more importantly, if you do have a property damage claim and your car is a total loss, you want to get that car out of that tow lot as quickly as possible. What no one ever really says is, hey, guess what? Once you tow it to that tow lot, and I know it wasn't your choice, that's what the police departments do, but once it's towed to that tow lot, every day it's accruing storage cost. And at some point, the cost will become more than the value of the vehicle. And at that point, you're going to end up just turning the vehicle over to the tow lot. Well, you don't want to make bad things worse by doing that, so you want to tow it wherever you can to a property that you own and control and just put it there on the lot. Then you can get the insurance company adjuster to come out, take a look at the vehicle, and when they come out and take a look at the vehicle to determine if it's a total loss, if it is, they'll ask you to sign over the title, they'll come pick up the vehicle, and they'll take it or transport it to an insurance lot where there is no storage fees accruing. But it's very, very, very important to know that when you have a property damage claim, you have what is called a duty to mitigate your damages. And what that means is you can't just leave it there and say, well, storage costs are going up, but it's not my problem because it wasn't my fault in the accident. You can't treat it like that. You have a duty to mitigate, meaning a duty to get that vehicle out of these accruing charges and do the best you can to control that. And then from there, get the insurance company involved. If you don't have uninsured motorist coverage, which hopefully you do, you will need to go through that liability carrier. The bigger question is there coverage in that liability carrier? And if there is, you want to reach out to a Georgia personal injury lawyer, Georgia car wreck lawyer. There are some things that can be done, such as finding out the fair market value of the car if it's a total loss, and sending what is called a property damage demand. And a property damage demand, you give that insurance company, currently under Georgia law, 60 days to pay the value of the vehicle and any other damaged property damage that may have been damaged in the wreck that you can provide receipts for, and you give them a deadline. If they don't pay that, well, then you have to proceed with litigation. And while that's never fun, that's something that, if done properly, there could be some severe penalties for the insurance company, and that could motivate them. You know, if there's no coverage, if there's no liability coverage and no coverage, there is no insurance on it. You can sue the individual, but if they don't have insurance coverage, chances are they don't have any assets either, and that's a bad situation, unfortunately. That's one where you may be stuck with a total vehicle, possibly paying a lien holder and no real recovery to look for. So hopefully that's not the case. But by speaking with a Georgia car wreck attorney or personal injury attorney, you can find that out pretty quickly with a few questions and answers from you, and then you can decide what is in your best interest to move forward. But delay, that only benefits the insurance company. That certainly doesn't benefit you, especially if you're in this situation where your daughter's car is totaled out. She's gotten medical. Well, she needs to keep going to medical care. How does she get to medical care, right? She doesn't have a car. Well, those are things where she's still going to need to get that medical care. If the car's a total loss, you may want to start looking at newer vehicles. I know that there could be a financial component to this that prevents you from doing that, but the last thing you want is big delays in the treatment, in the medical treatment, and the property damage. Once that is figured out, that will be resolved quickly. Now, if there is no insurance coverage, should your daughter keep treating? I would say she needs to get to where she can get, where she knows that she's okay. Hopefully it's not serious. Hopefully there's no surgery involved. These kind of things do happen all the time, but speak with a Georgia personal injury or car wreck attorney. There may be other insurance coverage, such as resident relative or something along those lines, that could provide additional coverage that could help protect or at least keep the medical bills under control, where you're not looking at bankruptcy or something like that. Most people don't realize bankruptcy, number one reason people file for bankruptcy is unexpected medical expenses, and they can come in the form of an accident or otherwise. We hope this information's been helpful. Stay safe.